See, I'm the best, man. I did it.
Cursed to live a life stuck between man and monster, Dinosaur Man is a stranger in a strange land filled with danger and excitement. Fighting the beast within to become a hero is no easy task. Joining him on his quest is Spaz, a cute and cunning cat person, and the beautiful Telexis, a warrior slave girl with a troubled story of her own. A cavalcade of odd, alluring, and downright evil characters awaits our heroes. Read the webtoon today on these fine platforms. You and your kids will love it.
Educated guess, I'd say that man is alive.
Come with me, see what I see. The terrible worlds that lie between. The realm observed and the realms unseen, where the dark things live while you dream. Unconditional Shove, the new horror sci-fi graphic novel anthology series. Featuring 2 stories and over 80 pages of compelling, action-packed, terrifying fun. Unconditional Shove Volume 1. A graphic novel for all you lovers of the strange, macabre, and creepy things that we all know exist in the shadows of our universe. Unconditional Shove. Back it today on Indiegogo.
The brave hero conquers the diabolical villain and rescues the damsel in distress. But this is real life, and in real life,
Stories don't always have happy endings. Frog G, the story of a man turned into a frog by a voodoo priestess sent on a mission to kill a god by death itself. Now our hero must roam the underworld to regain his humanity and win back the woman he loves.
Swift, fearless, deadly. These are the men of the Military Assistance Command. They do the jobs the others don't dare to. Trained in the lethal arts. You'll never see them coming. But if you're lucky, you might just hear them rocking. Now, to regain their freedom, they have to take out the Assassin Clan. that made him the Rock and Roll Ninja. Get your copy today.
Yup, 日本一
Hey, what's up, everyone? This is your man Jay. Thanks for tuning in to another weekly art jam here. We have some guests in the back. We're not going to fart around too much. Hope you guys enjoyed all the trailers. As new projects come out, I'm going to go ahead and add them to that intro. I'm going to try and keep it short, but I still want to showcase cool stuff that's coming out. So if you guys haven't seen already, check out MightyBotStudio.com. T-shirts, posters, stickers, mugs, other shit too. Check it out. We're going to go ahead in order of appearance. We're just going to go ahead and start bringing out some guests here that we got chilling in the back. Guest number one, Mr. Billy Basco.
What up?
What up?
What up?
Guest number two, Chad Townsend.
Chad Townsend.
There we go. Oh, I got the. Let's do.
Bam.
Soundbar at the bottom. All right, last but not least, guest number three, Dan Plegel.
The man. Wow. Hello, friend.
Kids love Dan.
Yes.
In his underground bunker.
In his underground safe house.
Oh my god, this is putting the biggest smile on my face. I love you, Dan. I mean, I love you other two guys too, but I love this guy.
I love all you guys.
I appreciate you taking the time, all three of you guys.
It's my new Stingray t-shirt direct from England.
Ooh, that's cool.
Nice.
I'm sure Mark, he pulled the
I have no idea what the fuck that even is.
What is it?
You never watched Stingray?
Billy's old enough to know.
Yeah, he is.
Thunderbirds.
Oh, it was on Thunderbirds? Okay.
It was
okay.
a spin-off.
It was another show by the same people who made Thunderbirds.
You know what's weird is they didn't have Thunderbirds. They didn't have Thunderbirds in my area as a kid, and I didn't discover Thunderbirds till I was actually, I think, 21 or 22. And like my roommate that I moved in was like just as shocked. He's like, "What?" Because I like saw his whole like VHS collection of Thunderbirds, and he had like Thunderbirds models in the house. I was like, "What the fuck is this puppet shit?" Like,
I saw that.
You've never seen Thunderbirds?
I remember seeing the vehicles and stuff as a kid at like conventions and stuff. But I didn't see any of the shows till Sci-Fi Channel showed up. And Sci-Fi Channel used to show them real early in the morning. So I used to watch that on
HBO had them on when I was a kid in the 80s.
It was like the slow camera pan, like tech scenes would make any Japanese anime like jealous of like overly used like fucking transformation fucking animations that they run every episode. Like Thunderbirds, there would be 7 minutes of just fucking, spaceships taxiing on a fucking thingy and like rockets lifting up, getting ready to lift off and shit.
I don't know that one, but it's cool.
It's a Black Major, like
I see.
G.I. Joe figure. It's supposed to be like it would be Major Blood's attachment of Cobra. It's supposed to be.
It's so cool. I like the reflection of the chest emblem.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see it. You can't see it super well, but on the helmet, there's like little gray camouflage.
Oh, really?
The helmet feels a little even closer to Major Blood's and not regular Cobra Trooper.
Yeah. And then I'll show you this one too. I've had this one for a while. Ooh. It's a crimson Guard dude, but he's all gold.
Yeah. That's awesome.
And he's got blue visor eyes.
You just ordered these recently, or
no? I had that guy for a while. The my buddy, the Black Major, just mailed me a 6-pack.
Oh, that's your friend.
Yes.
Dang, I'm envious. Dude, I want to make a fig. I want to make my own Black Phantom fig. Thanks for the encouragement, Dan.
You're welcome.
Dan's like, I ain't helping.
He's like, whatever, man.
Make one.
Yeah, just fucking do it, Chad. What you waiting for?
Yeah, but that dude has like the manufacturing connection.
Well, yeah, that's China. You can get a hold of somebody in China. I have connections to the place that makes the He-Man figures. You want to make a He-Man figure?
No, I want to make a G.I. Joe type figure.
You want a 3.5 with 12 points of articulation specifically.
Yeah.
I want old school.
That's kind of. Well, I mean, that's kind of. It's like one of the steps. It's like, okay, are we going Kenner, Star Wars, or are you going at least G.I. Joe? And then then there's like the ones above that, like the more new school Japanese figures that like are the same height as like a G.I. Joe figure, but like we got 22 points of articulation, like fucking 3 spine joints and shit. And I'm just like, damn.
I believe the Kenner Star Wars figures would be the cheapest to make though.
Oh yeah.
If the dollar store has their figure line and it's just as good.
Yeah, well, I mean, and it's cool because like there's a lot of collectors that specifically go for that style too. The 4 or 5 point, like the 5th point being a swiveling waist,
Right.
So you get both arms, both legs, and then like a swivel waist.
Maybe.
Also, I don't know if you remember. Do you remember the Globulus figure, Chad, as a kid?
Oh yeah, dude,
Yes.
They had the terrible articulation with its tail.
The rubber tail with the wire in it.
They have a hack where you can make him with a tail that's supposed to.
Oh, that's so cool.
Fully articulated
really well.
tail.
That's cool.
Nice.
It's pretty good.
That's a 3D printer thing?
No, this is there's a company, they make figures called, I think they're called Vitruvian Hacks or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And you can go on there and they sell like parts, like you can make your own custom figure out of parts on there. And that was what I was going to suggest to you. Is you can go in there and get parts and make your own custom one. I don't know about the outfit though. That might be the difficult thing for the head.
Very cool.
But you can get bodies and stuff, and you can sculpt stuff onto them.
And then have that be your master?
Yeah, you can have your master. And then
It's called Vitruvian Figures?
They're called Boss Fight Studios, I think is the name of the company. But the line of figures that they're from are called the Vitruvian Hacks or something like that. And they're like, they got like a bunch of, they got all kinds. They got like military, they've got fantasy, and then they made a bunch of Gorgons, and there's like a bunch of different colored Gorgon tails and sort of designs on them. Like that one was the closest one to the Globulus figure.
Boss Fight Shop.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. But yeah, you can buy parts. So I bought 2 tails so I can make my tail a little bit longer than the normal tail so we could coil it up. But came out pretty good. I got this guy for nostalgia in the mail.
Hold on a sec.
It's the OG Indiana Jones.
You already
yeah.
got him tripping on buying parts.
Have you seen they're out in Target though? They're reproductions of those.
Yeah, well, that's the one I have. I have the indie one.
Yeah, I saw those recently, and then I saw the new kitty looking line, which is shockingly cheaper than those. Yeah. Like $7-8 for a kitty-fied, more cartoony version.
Yeah.
But it comes with more. Like you get a lot more with it than you do that.
Just like a whip and stuff, or what?
Yeah, it comes. One of them comes with a horse.
It isn't about production, man. It's 100%. They know the buyers that they're going for have money, so they're charging buyers more because they're seeing it as a collectible, and we can.
Oh yeah.
So they know they can rape everybody.
Yeah. It's 100% what it is.
Yeah, spending a lot of money on action figures is tough for me now. I can't do it, man.
Yeah.
Well, the indie figures, they're not that expensive.
Like I was looking at that NECA Casey Jones, and I was like, "Oh, that's so sweet, $30, man." I was like, then I have to be like, "Now I need all 4 turtles."
I've seen these Vitruvian Hacks, but I mean, where are the parts though? Like, does it come with them?
Go to Google, type in Vitruvian Hacks Gorgon tail. And it should have one of the first things should be a link to their store to go order one.
Yeah, I'm in their store and I see the Vitruvian Hack with the tail, but I don't see it comes with a figure on it.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta do a Google search for Vitruvian Hacks Gorgon tail. That was the only way I when I went to the store I couldn't find the tail directly, But when I did the Google search for it, it like sent me directly to like the part order thing, whatever. I can just order the part. And it's kind of cool. They tend to like you buy the tail. They tend to send you a bunch of other stuff with it. Like I got like a little figure stand and like a metal like keychain thing and like what else did they give me? They gave me a little like lantern. They would throw in like they'll throw in little extra tchotchke things when you buy the parts.
Oh, I love tchotchkes.
Yeah.
So
I don't know the lantern's around here somewhere. I gave it to one of the other characters to
Get in here, Jason. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, what you doing, man?
Get in here, Jason.
Are we drawing today, or what you guys want to do?
Are you doing Intron Depot?
I'm definitely working.
Dude! Oh, man. My TV just...
Wait, just since Dan's here and stuff, and you haven't seen it yet, Jay, can we take a look at that Phantom that Dan drew?
Oh, I can. I gotta fix my...
Yeah, that's awesome. Thanks.
My screen keeps going to sleep.
Or Jay can bring it up. Like,
yeah, where's that? Is it on Twitter?
Yeah,
it's on Twitter. I have it here with me. I can just show you the original.
Yeah.
Well, the digital version will actually show up probably better than...
Okay, well then do that then.
Yeah,
while I try to figure out how to get my screen to stop turning off.
It is my show. I guess I should do something about it. I guess I should do something.
Display... Where's the sleep mode at?
Is that on your
stand? It's under usually power settings.
It's under power settings?
Yeah.
Power and sleep?
Yeah.
Screen. We'll say 4 hours. Because that's a reasonable amount of time.
That's what I set mine to, like 3 or 4 hours, something like that.
Do I need to do anything to save it? I just click away, yeah?
You can just click away, yeah.
Yeah, I have the original right here. I took it to my house. I did it here when I was on with Jason late last night. And
sick. Sorry, I just saw it. I was like, dude, that's dope.
Damn, dude.
Sorry, man.
Is it not clear on my end?
No, it looks
clear.
It looks nice.
Oh hell yeah! I'm over here looking at it on Twitter, trying to bring it up.
It might show up better for the people on. I mean, show both, because then it's like the Twitter image doesn't have to stream necessarily in the same way a camera does.
I had been struggling to draw something, and
it came out sick, dude.
And Amanda
all right, that's it for our show, guys. Good night.
And Amanda P had sent me like a care package that she had gone around and asked everybody about things to put in there or whatever. And so there's so many people, I guess, that put stuff in. I didn't even know people were involved. But they sent me this awesome care package, which had a little handwritten note with it that was pretty touching.
Thanks.
And they sent stuff for me and the baby. And like one of the things they sent was a thing of art paper, and I was like trying to draw on it, and it wasn't really working out. And then last night I brought it all down here, and I was here hanging out with Jason, and I had been sketching on the sketch pad, mainly just like heads and like figures and stuff, just trying to make something happen. And then I was like, the problem is, Jason, I like look at shit and I can't think of anything I even want to draw. Like I couldn't even draw Goblin Girl. Like I was just like tapped for whatever creative juices to like make something. And I was like, maybe I should just try and draw somebody else's character, and because then it's like it's not as precious in my mind that I know that like the thing needs to look a certain way or something. Maybe that's my problem.
No, that's cool,
but
man.
Then also at the same time, I was like, I need to find better pictures of this character. I need to know what this looks like. And so me and Jason were kicking back, talking, and listening to Ethan's stream with Narwhal, and I kind of penciled it out. And at first, it was like it looked all right, but it looked, I don't know, like
I dig it. I like it. You didn't find the full body pose on my Twitter?
No, I found some panels, and then I found the cover where he's in that sort of crouched pose with all the weapons. And there were certain things that I the way I was drawing it that I needed to see from a certain angle, and I was just like, I'll go look at the page because I can see on there what things are supposed to look like from behind.
It's pretty spot on. Like you're not missing really much of anything. I mean, he has a holster, but that's it.
Well, that's on the other side of the leg. So like,
yep, and he has a dagger on the left leg, but that's all right.
Both out of sight.
Yep.
I even like how you did the treatment for the negative space too.
Well, dude, that was the thing. Was the thing that like I was just like, I don't know if it's really drawing like a full on background that, and I was like, I don't know if he wants, but like I think he wants this to be kind of family friendly character, and I didn't know if there was supposed to be like viscera and like chopped up heads everywhere. So I was like, well,
it is gory actually.
Maybe I'll make the paper make it look like he's slicing through the paper or something. And then I was sitting with my brother-in-law, and I was just kind of filling in the blacks, and then I started doing that shredded sort of look on all the pieces, and it gave it a bunch more energy, and I was like, oh, and then I started doing the little details, and then suddenly it all came back to me. So
yeah, it's cool.
It worked out.
In the same way, it feels almost like reverse paint on a window. Like if black paint was on a window, and you used like a paintbrush to like dry brush it off.
Right.
To create a negative space.
You wiped it clean.
About that too. Like you're like almost like looking through like a dirty graffitied window at him. Some drug addict is like, oh God.
Unhinged said it so good.
Yeah.
What are you
doing? I appreciate it.
I have video of me inking it.
That's cool. I'll try to add these into the book in a section.
I was gonna say maybe use it for a trading card or some freebie.
That came across my mind too. Like do a bunch of trading cards.
It's about the right size for that, and it wouldn't look too bad shrunk down.
Yeah, it looked good.
But do whatever you want.
I appreciate it.
But
I love that everybody's doing this. It's really neat.
It's a fun character to draw, Chad.
It is. It's a really good. It's a really good character design.
It's up there with like Deadpool and Scud the Disposable Soldier and
yeah. There's a bit of influence in that. Like there's pieces of Blade of Immortal in it.
A little bit of Earthworm Jim in there too.
Yeah, there's like Blade of the Immortal.
Unfortunately,
I love it because he gets chopped up and he can be put back together. The same thing with the Black Phantom. But I got these like gummy worms though that come out of them. They're like glowing.
Oh, and because I was drawing this character, I came up with a new Goblin Girl universe character that I think could possibly be my Aragorn character.
Oh, cool.
The Goblin Girl universe. And like, I was trying to sleep last night, and I couldn't go to sleep because I kept like brainstorming all the lore behind this new character.
Isn't that great though? It feels good, but at the same time, it's like nights where you just can't go to bed because you're thinking about like the last thing that you drew, and you want to draw it tomorrow, or like.
I was like, yeah, it was crazy. I was like, I think I could just start drawing this guy's like backstory as like a side comic to like have as like an extra or something, because I think he'd be really cool. But yeah, he's like, I did a sketch of him. He came out kind of cool. I got to draw some more stuff of him, but
I've got designs for this character in different eras. So, like there's like a couple designs in World War I and World War II and on. So I was just thinking his costume could evolve and change.
Yeah, that sounds like fun. And then you can have different action figures.
Yes. I don't know. After hearing Ethan talk about action figures, it makes me go, ooh, man, I don't know if I want to do that. Because he just said last night's stream, he had to pay a whole lot more money to go with a different manufacturer because they screwed up all the Heather Swains. Like,
really?
They didn't paint them right or anything.
Yeah, I heard Super 7, because I follow them a lot, and they had the same problem with something they were doing as well. Like, there was something that like they fucked up the design on, and they had to go to like a different company.
Yep.
Yeah.
He
I
just
remember
said,
Ethan even saying at one point that like they
I
had
think it was
made the
Katara or
wrist,
something.
they had made the wrist ball joint out of a cheaper plastic than the rest, and the wrist ball joints were snapping. So he actually had to send them back and be like, no, make the ball joints out of the same plastic as the other hard stuff because the wrists are snapping, and it makes her wrist look like really like thick and lumpy, you know?
Right. Yeah.
Wow.
Well,
I don't
he
know,
said
though,
he.
'cause I mean, you see PTP doing all kinds of stuff with figures too. So I guess it depends, like what kind that you're doing, maybe.
Well, he
Yeah,
was
well, I
doing
mean, yeah.
Batman animated style with like 4 or 5 points of
Yeah,
articulation.
I think it's a little easier to like do those forms than the ones that have like lots of like.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Delicate-
doesn't this Heather Swain have like 18 points and the Cyber Frog has like fucking
Yeah, they have
28 or
tons, dude.
something
I
like
think it's-
that?
No,
The Heather,
those move
yeah,
and all type
the
of
Heather
shit,
Swain ones and all those Cyberfrog ones, they're like NECA figures. They got so many joints on them.
Yeah.
Thomas's is like his are like this. Like, well, they're even less articulate than this indie figure, but you know, it's like a classic Star Wars figure where it's got the head turns, the arms go up and down, the legs move up side to side or whatever, and then maybe the head swivels and the waist maybe, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think doing something like a GI Joe would be pretty dope.
It would
I could
be.
see that being so like it definitely not as much cost as much as like the Cyber Frogs would.
I'd rather though, if I were to do it, I would like to eliminate the rubber band and the body turn on a joint at the stomach than a rubber band, you know.
Well, oddly enough, most of the figures nowadays they don't even manufacture. Well, the Joe ones, I guess they still do, but for the most part, a lot of the new figures they don't even do. Like the He-Man ones they make now, they used to have the rubber bands in the legs. They don't anymore. They're like ball joint, like plug-in.
That's good. Yeah, I would want to do a modified GI Joe. Just maybe a ball joint in the hip.
Yeah.
Billy, get in here, Jason.
So what you guys want to do? We could talk about figures if you want. I'm down for whatever.
I don't want to take over the stream again with GI Joes.
As I say, Odin said he's gonna be here, but he's gonna come later.
Odin.
I was gonna maybe do like a pinup or something, but I'm not sure. I don't know. If I'm the only one doing it. So,
I could work on something.
Well, I like talking, but it's really hard. Like I went to the local drink and draw here in Houston last night, and it went great. I just didn't get much drawing done, you know, because I was having too much fun talking.
Too much fun drinking.
That too. I didn't overly drink. I had a couple beers and.
Anybody we would know there?
Well, Mark Nelson was supposed to show up, and we deliberately held the drink and draw closer to his house so he could come, and he didn't come.
That's terrible.
And I was just like, dude, really? We all went out of our way to drive way out, and you don't show up. You know his work. Are you familiar with Mark Nelson's work?
Sounds very familiar.
He drew the very first Alien Dark Horse series.
Oh, yes! Dude, I love that guy's stuff.
Yeah.
I thought it was like, this sounds really familiar. Yeah, dude.
There's a Mark Nelson and a Mark A. Nelson. Mark A. Nelson does more painted stuff, but...
Yeah.
Show us what you're drawing, Jay.
Oh, I'm not. This is the new little Mighty Bot logo.
Nice.
To what you were saying earlier, Jay, I think you should just keep drawing what you're drawing, how you're drawing it, dude.
Yep.
I mean,
what was he saying? I missed it.
That's what I think. We're talking offline.
It was the same conversation I've had with you in the past, Dan, where like people want to tell you how to draw or what to draw, or like, oh, maybe you shouldn't draw it that way because like you'd get more appeal if you like, you know, stop drawing like overly sized like boobs or whatever. And you're just like, you know what? Fuck you. Like, or not necessarily fuck you, but like, you know what? I appreciate the advice, but I think I'm just gonna keep drawing how I like to draw.
Yep. You should just be yourself. Draw the way you like to draw. Like, but I was critiquing Jay last time on his speaker logo DJ thing, but I was only just telling him where to add and change stuff, not how he should draw it.
Here. Yeah, that was good. My wife was like, I sent her a sticker for my store, which is like a little like Game Boy, like a little cartoon Game Boy guy, and so she's adding the text to it and cleaning it up for vector for me, and she's like, keep going across these tangents. I'm like, oh, just be quiet. Chad and Matt are gonna hear you. We're in trouble. Like, on the down low.
It's true.
I mean, you're drawing a really kind of
pointed to that guy's other finger.
Well, you're drawing a very cool, like new school, like Tetsuya style, and I think that's unique to you. And you should that's not a lot of people are doing that thing. It's just like, yeah, okay, you could change your style a bit to draw things like more like everybody else, but I mean, I don't know,
that's what I like.
Yeah.
That's what I like. Here's my Mario and Luigi. I'm gonna do store stickers for these guys.
If Walt Disney did Mario and Luigi or some shit, like old school Walt, like fucking Steamboat Willie style, that's dope.
And this one's gonna be like either it's gonna be a sticker. It's gonna say Brooklyn Plumbing Company, and then it's again we won't drain your wallets or something. And then this is gonna be the Brooklyn Vacuum Company. Brooklyn Vacuum Co. As we won't suck up your savings or something. It's gonna be on the bottom here. It's gonna be a circle like this.
Here, I have a really good slogan for a plumbing company. You could say, "We make your number 2 our number 1."
That's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one.
Poop jokes.
Yeah, I'm trying to do like this little guy, like the Mighty Bot mascot, but I want him to be like, if I want to put him in a comic, I could put him in a comic. If I want to put him, let's say I want to draw him with, another character as like a fan art or something, I can do that. Something that's fun.
He could be the mascot to your store too.
Yeah, that's what the little Game Boy guy is. So I got to find him where I put him. I don't have a new one of them. I think this was the first one that I did. He's just a little Game Boy.
Nice.
Arms and legs. Like, hey. So he looks better now. The one I did, I cleaned him up a bit and made him look better. But
I remember a guy making a vinyl toy of like the NES cartridge with arms and legs, and
oh, dude, that is so easy. I got tons of those.
But he made his own. You have to see the figure because it's bent kind of like that, like it's.
Okay. I got a heat gun and about 30 copies of Super Mario Brothers Duck Hunt. I think we can make it happen.
There's a cheat code for that, isn't there?
For what?
Duck Hunt. Yeah, there's.
You can. The second player can control the duck.
Right.
Oh,
that's
I forgot about that.
Yeah, you could like press a direction and the duck will go in that direction. You don't really like control them too much, but you can press like what direction you want the duck to go in.
I did see Mario Brothers just last week over the weekend.
What you think about it?
My nephew really, really, really loved it. Like he thought it was amazing. I thought it was entertaining, but I didn't think it was like knockout fantastic.
Okay.
But I thought it was just basic. You know what I mean?
Okay.
There's lots of fun moments, lots of good gags, but the story is real basic.
Yeah, I think they just kept it simple because it was Mario.
But there was a moment in the movie that I really related to and liked a lot. Was there early on, the princess is telling Mario he needs to run this obstacle course, which looks like traditional Super Mario Brothers, in order to see if he can do it or not. And he spends the entire night trying to get the level down perfect before getting the flag. And I thought, yeah, I can relate to that.
Yeah. I feel like it had a lot of heart too. I kind of like that. How loyal the brothers were.
No, I'm not saying it was bad. I'm just saying for my taste, the story was just real simple, and it, but it was good.
I don't think Hollywood could have done a better job, honestly.
That's true.
I was pleasantly surprised how they did, and I was like, all right, cool. Like, I don't think you could have done a better Mario Brothers, honestly.
Right. Yeah, Bob Iger gave a big shout out at the stockholder meeting at the beginning to Illumination and Mario Brothers for having such a successful movie.
Nice.
I think a big part of it was that they had to clear everything with Nintendo.
Yeah, I think
because it was such a debacle.
Too,
it was such a debacle last time, you know. Because I mean, they vowed to never work with Hollywood again back then.
Yeah.
You know, like
makes sense.
Yeah,
like,
Illumination is based out of France, though, I think, or Spain. I think it's Spain, maybe.
I enjoy their stuff. You know, people want to shit on the Minions, but you know, I watch those with my kids, and it's actually really creative. I like.
Yeah,
that.
those are really good.
With all the supervillains and all the pun names that they have and stuff.
Yeah,
like, this is great. Oh, the idea was so like when we started drawing, the joke was going to be, let's make like a blueberry and jam. That was going to be like, and then we started drawing. That was the, I forgot. I told my wife I was going to do that today.
Blueberry and jam is your prompt?
That was going to be the, yeah, let's make like blueberries and jam. And then it's art jam.
Gotcha.
So my wife was like, so I'm wearing a blue shirt. And so like, so my wife's like getting out of the shower, and I told her like, you know, I was in the closet.
I don't want to know.
She thought I left, and then I walk out, and she saw me out of the corner of her eye, but she didn't know. She thought I got out of the bathroom, so she was like, and she was like, "Holy shit!" And I was like, "What's wrong?" She's like, "I thought you left, and I just saw this blueberry motherfucker, and I was about to be like, this motherfucker's about to get juiced." Is what she said. And I was like, "What?"
That's funny.
I was like, I told you I was going in the closet to grab my shirt. She's like, "Oh, I didn't hear you." I was like, "Okay." So I was like, "All right, you're gonna turn me into jam?" That was the joke, and then it spiraled from there. And it's like, "Oh, when I start the art jam today, I'm gonna say let's make like blueberries and jam."
Yeah,
I thought it was
or
funny.
The character Blueberry.
Did you ever see the movie, the live-action movie they made with Vincent Cassel for Blueberry?
No, I didn't know there was one.
Yeah, it's got a bunch of. I think it's got like. I can't remember who and else in it. Vincent Cassel's Blueberry, and then. Who else was in it? It had.
Are we talking about like the cereal guy?
No, there's a western, a Mobius western from like France called Blueberry.
Okay.
But I think here it's called Revenge or something like that. That's what it's called.
Of course it would be.
I need to check that out.
Yeah.
Blueberry is excellent.
Yeah.
I gotta get some of Mobius's stuff. I was looking at it the other day, and I remember seeing his stuff in heavy metal, like as a kid, and being like, "What's this weird ass art?" You know, because at that time it was like, "Oh man, this ain't Jim Lee." Like, what? You know what I mean? Like, what the hell?
Right.
This sucks. And now I'm like, this is great.
Yeah, his work with Jodorowsky is good.
I like how he uses the little tiny tick lines to like render his surfaces to give this little rough look. And it's funny too because it was like I didn't know till years later that him and Miyazaki were like fucking super besties and shit. And I was like, this reminds me of fucking the way that like Miyazaki like renders in Nausicaa. You know, with those little tick lines everywhere. Like instead of doing cross-hatching, they're like these just little tiny tick lines like in rows. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
That's like super interesting. Like that's yeah.
It's hard to believe.
Well, then when I found out later that I'm just like, yeah, they were like best friends, and like fucking Mobius named his daughter Nausicaa and shit. I was like, wait, what? They're like, yeah, like they were like super besties. Like,
that's cool. I like that he storyboarded that movie and the graphic novels.
Yeah.
He drew the whole thing. That's a collection worth having.
It was called Renegade, is what they called it here.
Renegade.
Yeah.
It was made when? Like
It
70s?
was made in 2004. It had Juliette Lewis in it, Eddie Izzard, Michael Madsen.
Really?
Ernest Borgnine.
I like him.
Jeez.
Tamura Morrison, Jaimin Hunsu, Colin Meaney, Jeffrey Lewis, the Juliette Lewis's dad.
Get all the Lewises in there. Parker Lewis, get him in there too.
He was famous. He was in all those. He was in all those Clint Eastwood westerns as Clint Eastwood's buddy, or his action movies rather, the monkey movies.
I see the poster, and there's some versions of it that say Blueberry on it.
Yeah, in France it was Blueberry, but here it was called Renegade for whatever reason.
Where can I watch this movie?
It was all right. I liked it.
Might
I
be
have it
on
on
YouTube.
DVD somewhere. 2 hours and 4 minutes.
I'll have to look this up later.
Yeah. They give it 2.5
Michael
stars on IMDb.
It said Mobius made an appearance in it.
Yeah, and Amazon gave it 3.5 star. It's highly rated on Amazon, lowly rated on IMDb.
$40 million budget.
Really?
Yeah.
How
Star
old
Wars
is
was
this movie?
2004. Star Wars was made for less.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say that seems like a really big budget for an older movie. 40 million.
It's like it's pretty crazy. If I remember correctly, there's like a whole thing in there where he takes peyote, and there's like this crazy peyote sequence where I think he's like hunting a dude high on peyote, and like everything's like all the effects, like everything's like turning in on itself and stuff, and like it's crazy.
Its genre is considered French acid western.
Yes.
Dude, that's
French,
awesome.
French acid western. All right.
Yeah.
Like I said, there's a scene where he's totally high, and he's like,
Sounds cool.
"That's pretty good."
What was that one anime that was like done in like Mobius' style, Billy?
Dragon's Guard. No, not Dragon Nest. Fuck.
It's not Dragon Knight. It's not Dragon Knight, right? I don't think so. Simple.
It's fuck. I just looked it up the other day too. It's
Yeah, that was a good one. It's like 20 minutes and another 20 minutes of just like a live action. This guy like built a mech, like a giant mech. Like a
filmed
life
it in the dark room with smoke machines and shit. Yeah.
Look at this mech I built. That's human sized. You found out like some of the Ghibli guys, I guess, worked on the Batman Superman movie, the animated movie.
Dragon's Haven. There we go.
Say that again, Jay.
Some of the Ghibli guys worked on the Batman Superman movie, the Warner Brothers one, where they first had the crossover.
The live action?
No, the animated one, the Bruce Timm style.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
You could tell with some of the things that they have, like when they have like some of the scenes with like Harley and Joker.
Yeah, I wasn't cool enough to work on it.
Oh, he's too tall, man. Boo. Were you working at Warner Brothers at that time, Chad?
I probably was. I mean, I've been working for Warner's since 2005. So
were you not good enough friends with Dave Johnson or something?
Yeah, he wasn't working there when I don't know if he was ever working there when I was, but he probably was, and so was Dan Panosian. But I think they're like me. They were.
It seemed like they were on everything.
It's possible
because Dave did all that stuff for G.I. Joe Resolute. Like he did a lot of the world design stuff with backgrounds and.
Yeah, I don't think I worked on. Is it Renegade or Resolute?
I don't remember. It's the really violent one that was like a 6-part thing or whatever.
The rest of those like here's for
It was
men.
G.I. Joe Renegade.
That was
Renegade.
I don't think I've worked on anything that they were on. Like I've been on other stuff because I've been on like DC Superhero Girls and I worked on a Flash Lego briefly. 2 Batmans that I could think of. But yeah, I don't think they were on anything. I would have loved to have gotten on like more of the bigger name action shows, like, you know, the Teen Titans stuff. I remember trying out for Batman the Animated Series around 2005.
Oh, hey. I got somebody in the back room. Jason, what's up, man? Holy shit.
Hey, Jason.
Hey, Jason.
Hey,
Jason. Bro, jeez.
Hi, Jason.
It's fine.
What are you doing back there, Jason?
Waiting for someone to pull me in after an hour, just sitting here listening to people talk about blueberries and
the cool stuff.
Were you really back there for 50? We have only been live for 47 minutes. Sure.
Billy added so much time to that. He's like 50 hours.
I was there since before you launched.
Dude, I didn't even get like it tells me, you know, like somebody's back there. I didn't even hear anything.
Billy demands I come on, and then what happens? No, he just leaves me back there. Thanks.
So we just blame Billy.
Yeah.
Billy just left me back there.
Billy's fault, man. There you go. Sorry, man. Shit, didn't even tell me you were back there.
I interrupted Chad. I apologize.
That's all right. All the interactions I had with Panosian has always been cool. I never
He's always been super nice to me too.
Yeah.
Unlike Billy.
Or Fraga.
Frege was not been friendly to you?
No, Fraga had issues with Johnson.
Oh, he has issues with Johnson?
Yeah, anyway, I won't get into it. You need him to tell the story. But
can of worms and then
well, he's told it before. Do I need to like tell it for him? Like,
I've never heard it.
Dave,
me neither.
Dave Johnson printed up a bunch of T-shirts making fun of Dan.
Oh, I helped him print those.
All right, well, it's good knowing you guys. I can't be friends now.
No, I'm really good friends with Dan, so it's fine.
Yeah. See, so I don't know. I can't say.
That was so long ago. That was like early 90s.
Oh, so you helped him print those?
I kind of. I didn't really help him. Everybody was like, "This is hilarious. This is funny." Like,
Dan did not find it funny at all.
I mean, I built
Dan did not find it funny.
Screens and like put the acetate and like made.
But he was good with it. And stuff. He was good with it later. He actually wanted one of the shirts years later. Yeah, what was they were at a signing, and Dan was like, it was like the early days of the internet, and Dan was like clipped in some sort of interview saying that yeah, he's like, I just love drawing this comic and playing with my purple gorilla and like all this shit. And so like Dave got this crazy idea to draw like a giant purple gorilla and like put on a shirt and put his verbiage on it. And he made T-shirts. And then I don't think he sold them. I just think he just made a couple shirts and gave them out to a couple people at a signing that they were all at together. It was like literally like 5 blocks from my house here.
Okay.
And yeah, it was freaking crazy. But
Dan said he was giving them out to people to wear at San Diego Comic-Con. And
oh, really? I didn't know
that's
about
where
that.
he saw them, and all these people were walking around with the shirt.
Wow, that's kind of crazy.
A Fraga's character drawn by Dan Panosian. Nice.
No. That was like back in the day where
that was drawn by Dave Johnson.
Oh, by Dave Johnson. I'm sorry.
And that was back in the day when everybody was like Dan and J. Scott Campbell were like murdering each other in each of their books back and forth each month in like different visceral ways.
Right.
And so like there was a lot of that shit going on back then. Like it was pretty rampant, sort of like, I don't know what you would call that, like it's like the comic book form of rap battling or something. But yeah, he was like, I remember like years later he said like, he was like, at the time I was like pissed off, but like I think he was like kind of became fine with it. He might not be fine with it now, but I don't know.
No, it's like graffiti
But
art.
yeah, I didn't.
Shit too.
I shouldn't say I helped him make them because I didn't really like. He was just like, where can I get shirts made? And I was like, those Kinko's, they make shirts. And then I think he went to the Kinko's. It was like 4 doors over from the signing, and he had like them do like they did the iron-on like transfer thing or whatever on him. And I'm pretty sure Dan was there. We like brought the shirts back over. Yeah.
The one image thing I remember, image story I have is I got invited to the not Milestone. I take that back. Motown was trying to start up a comic company, so they threw this big kind of launch party kind of thing for all the professionals, and everybody was there, like all the Extreme Studio guys, tons of the Wildstorm, everybody, a lot of people were at this thing. And at the time there was a lot of issues going on with poaching between the different studios of Image, and I can't remember the name of the inker, but he and Rob Liefeld almost came to blows at this party, and it was really wild. Like all this music going on, the DJ lights are going crazy everywhere, and this big space opened up for Rob and this inker to start going at it. And
really?
The inker was this Asian guy. I can't remember, but it was so funny. He started getting in these Karate Kid poses like he was going to karate Rob Liefeld, and it just built up to nothing. Like it never even happened. Like,
oh my God.
But it was something. It felt like something out of the Karate Kid movie.
I blame rap music.
I'll never forget it. Like,
I'm gonna have to call Dan up now specifically just to ask him about the shirts.
You sure it was not Dave Johnson that did it?
Dave Johnson 100% did the shirts.
Okay.
Because I remember him.
You know Dan Panosian?
I know. Well, I don't know Dan Panosian as well as I know Dave Johnson. Although I don't know if Dave Johnson would even talk to me.
Devil Pig?
Because he knows I'm friends with Dan and Comicscape people.
Yeah, he didn't like Comicscape.
No, he fucking hates it. So I like I said, also, I'd asked him like a bunch of times to like help me with something, and he would just like leave me on fucking red. So I don't know how good of a friend he was to begin with.
I saw a tweet the other day. It said comics are for everyone except for Comicscape. They can all get dick cancer. I was like, oh
yeah.
Damn.
What's really weird is having like been around a bunch of these guys. Like, I know deep down they would actually be Comicscape. That's
agreed.
That's what I find so weird about it.
The problem is they all hate Ethan.
Yeah.
And they don't see Comicscape what it is. Like there's gay, straight, black, Chinese, Asian, white, Mexican people over here. They just
Even
see
trans.
there's a white guy. Yeah, there's a white guy named Ethan Van Sciver that claims Comicsgate, and so it's automatically a disgusting hate group of evil people. That's literally what it is.
Despite anybody's feelings about Casada and all the Italian guys and Pagliatti and all those dudes,
all the mafia guys that control
all the East Coast Italian comic guys.
Yeah,
I hung out with them, man. I'm so shocked that they wouldn't be on board with it. You know,
everything I've heard is they're very Comicsgate, but they'll never say that because they're Marvel people and they don't want to get canceled because they all those guys have like really cushy, like, envelopes of cash that come into them on a regular basis because of how long they've been at Marvel and all those places.
No, well, I don't.
So
I've heard you don't get any royalties at Marvel, so.
Yeah, but most of those guys are like got like Jim Lee gigs where they're, like, Quesada for years was the editor-in-chief of Marvel. I mean, he's not going to cancel himself out of. He wasn't going to cancel himself out of that job. I guess he's not there now, but like, he came and went from there a bunch of times and has made tons of money.
Yeah, one of the guys I was assistant to was the guy that found Joe Quesada and gave him his first work. At Valiant.
Did you work at Valiant?
I didn't, but I inked a lot of backgrounds and stuff on books back then. There's like issues of Daredevil I've inked over Tim. What's his face? Golly, I can't.
Is that
he passed away this last year. Through a long Halloween.
Tim Sale.
Tim Sale. I inked a lot of backgrounds on
what I said, not what Jason said.
Tim Sale books. Daredevil. Oh, I didn't hear it, Jay. Well,
no, it's okay.
Jason said Tim Sims.
Jason.
Tim Sims. It wasn't even close.
No, I said Tim Sale afterward.
No.
Yes, I did.
Too quiet, Jason. Too quiet.
You want me to turn my mic up to 90 again?
But knowing all those guys and their sense of humor and the kind of humor I heard, like, I'm like shocked that they would be anti-A. But
like I said, I've seen Dave Johnson do he's done a bunch of crazy shit. He worked for Penthouse even. Like, it's like, it's not the most virtuous.
No.
I heard there was some controversy over at Heavy Metal Magazine this week.
Recently?
Yeah, somebody talking about like they were fucking talking shit about their fucking fans.
Oh, that's not surprising.
Not shocking. They were doing it this last year. They were
doing it before when like people were complaining about like Tarna's outfit looks really stupid or whatever. And,
like, is this the same book that actually had a post-apocalyptic story about a chick blowing dudes to like survive in the fucking?
Their stuff. They're saying now that they're not. They oppose all that stuff that came before.
Well, I mean, there was a reason for that. She was like in a fucking
which I'll say like
fucking world where there was no water and shit, so she had to blow those guys.
They needed oxygen.
Which is probably why Dark Horse is printing all the Richard Corbin stuff now. Posthumously.
I don't know what Dark Horse is doing. I'm surprised they're hanging on right now. The only thing making them money is Hellboy.
Well, dude, don't they still have Aliens and Predator?
Nope.
No, it's over at Marvel.
Marvel owns Aliens now.
Oh fuck, I didn't know that.
And they're doing an Alien comic right now.
Yep.
One of my favorite Alien graphic novels when it was still under Dark Horse, the one by James Stokey, Alien. I forget what it was.
Earth War?
No.
No.
James.
I thought Earth War was kind of cool back when it came out.
Like one dude stuck on a dead orbit. It's like a dude on a fucking derelict ship by himself.
Oh, that book was great.
It's so good.
Dead Orbit was awesome.
It was like so much tech and mechanical shit that was like drawn in that, and he didn't use a ruler on anything. Like no walls or like any like perspective was like he didn't use a ruler on anything. It just has this kind of like wiggle to every single line. I was just like, oh, this looks fucking rad.
I met that guy at a convention. He turns out he really loved my Goblin Girl.
Nice.
Pretty cool.
He's like, you're the guy that's Goblin Girl. I was like, yeah. And then like he stopped talking.
You're the
guy really friendly with me for like a day, and then like later.
You're Comicsgate.
No, it was like way before I even knew Comicsgate was a thing. I knew Ethan was over here like raging and stuff because I would be at Dan's house and he would be like talking about his friend Ethan Van Sciver, and he's like, yeah, all these people fucking hate Ethan now, and people would be over there like, what? Like, what's going on over there? And like Matt Yackey and everybody be talking about it, but I didn't like I had read some of Ethan's Green Lantern stuff, but like I didn't know Ethan as a creator yet, and I knew his Cyberfrog stuff, but it was like I'd gotten Cyberfrog, and it was like one of those things. Is like I like this book, and then it kind of like stopped or it went away, and then I kind of forgot about it, and then I didn't know like he'd gone on and did DC and all this stuff.
It's the same way with Trent. Like
same thing with Trent. I remember when Trent stuff was first coming out, I was like, oh, this guy's stuff looks great. And I could never get it because none of my shops could ever get it in stock. And it was always sold out everywhere. And then, like you said, he just kind of, with those early 90s guys that had really good styles, they just kind of disappeared and went off and did video games or whatever it was they did. I didn't know.
Like he did that short Ghost Rider run.
Mm-hmm.
That was dope. And then after he did Ghost Rider, like, he kept doing his own comics, I think, on the side. You know, like he would print one of his own, like just like literally print off his own shit and kind of like sell it, like, you know, the way you were kind of doing Goblin Girl and stuff, you know? Not from a publisher or anything. And it wasn't until like I think 2007 or whatever when Diablo 3 was actually in production, and then I saw like I'm like, man, that art looks really fucking familiar. And I was like, oh wait, that's the fucking Creed guy? That's crazy. You know?
Yeah, I remember when Cyberfrog came out. Like I was working in a comic shop back then. Creed was the hot seller though.
Yeah, Creed was bigger for me than Cyberfrog. I thought I picked up Cyberfrog, but I like Creed a lot more.
All the Hall of Heroes stuff was at the on-base comic book shop, and I think that's because the Hall of Heroes guys, how they had kind of, they weren't outwardly Christian, but it was kind of like, these are like, this is like a Christian publisher, like the creators on it are Christian, you know, like the people are Christian, and I think that's maybe how they got into the being an independent comic and then being on the on-base comic book shop. I thought was kind of odd because that's where I saw all three, Cyberfrog, Creed, and Vortex. Because I was just like, oh wait, what's this? And they're like, oh, it's like if Spawn were Christian. I'm like, that doesn't look like Christian imagery. That's some like devilish shit. Like,
it's not like Tim Vigil,
right?
Which, by the way, I got my confirmation that I'll be having my Faust collected book here pretty soon.
Oh, sweet. He did kickstart one.
Yeah, they did. I got in on that like right on time. I shared it out a bunch because I was like, everybody, this is limited. Get it.
Yeah, I remember when Faust and all those titles he did came out, and there's a redheaded girl, golf girl that worked in our shop, and we went to a convention and brought her with us, and she was so excited to get something by Tim Vigil.
Nice.
And he's like, well, what do you? Because she asked for a commission, paid a lot of money for it, and was like, so, what do you want me to draw? She said, I don't care, a vampire. You know, a vampire would be really cool. He's like, great. She got it back and brought it back to the table, and it was this vampire with like tons of wooden dildos stabbed in it.
Oh, that's dope.
That sounds like a Tim Vigil piece, all right.
Yeah, it sounds like Tim Vigil, yeah.
Dude, Chad, the first time I saw Faust at my local comic book shop, it was on the shelf at the back of the comic book shop, where kind of like, you know, the more racy stuff was, you know?
Right.
And I remember like seeing the cover and just that font, the way Faust was like written, like looked super fucking cool. And I was like, oh, what's this? And I could see like a dude with claws or whatever, you know? And I remember opening up, and the first page I see is that character lifting up a body above his head that he had just skewered, and blood coming all down him. And then I'm like looking, I'm like, oh, dude, this guy's like butt naked because there was like blood all over his dick and shit. And I was like, oh. And then all of a sudden I feel this hand on the back of my collar, and it's the comic book store owner, and he like pulls me back like 2 feet, plucks the comic book right out of my hand, and he's all, yeah, that's a little too much for you there, son. You're gonna have to wait a few years before you can read that. And I was like, oh, okay, sir. And he like put it back on the shelf and kind of like nudged me more towards the front of the store. And I was just like, oh wow, that's
That was crazy.
Well,
It's changed my life.
Got a little like little child PTSD from that shit. I was just like, oh, and just thought about it forever. You know, it's like, yeah, that Faust.
I remember
it's too much for me.
The first book he put out, Grips, and I remember thinking Grips was so cool. You ever seen it? It was not as violent as Faust or anything. The thing about Tim Vigil was he drew a lot of comics under a different name. So he had 2 names that he went under for comics.
One to do what he wanted to do and one to pay bills kind of thing?
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, but if you have a recognizable, you'd have to change up your style.
Well, his art style was not any different. That's the thing. Like, it looked exactly the same. It was just a different name.
It's also before the internet, so it's not, like, oh, man.
Yeah.
And there's also pictures of him, Tim Vigil, in the comic with his other name. So I don't know which is his real name, or I'm thinking Vigil's like the nom de plume.
Yeah, I think so.
Sounds French.
Yeah.
It's French.
It is. It is French.
Nom de plume.
Nom de plume. Man, I haven't looked at my Instagram in so long. I'm sitting there going, dude, I need to start drawing on paper again. Like,
yeah, I don't upload to my Instagram as much as I ever used to. That used to be like my main thing was Instagram and Facebook.
well, I used to, like, I got up to, like, this is not a bragging thing. I'm just pointing out.
Whatever.
I got up to like 18K.
Oh, listen to Bragger McBragger.
But the thing was, I worked really hard at it. Like, I was posting every single day for like a year to get up to that number, and I could not for the life of me convert anybody to go to my website or my store.
No, they don't care.
And buy
that's what Sean said too. It's like Sean, he had all these followers on Instagram. It's like they do not equal sales at all.
Nope. Instagram doesn't. They don't, because also you can't link in the post itself. It's only in the bio. So if you're like link in bio, nobody wants to go to your bio.
Yep.
They're scrolling. So
yeah.
Well, I mean, a lot of people even thought when Kenneth Rocafort came over here that all his fucking whatever 350K fucking Instagram followers was just going to give him the biggest campaign ever. And not that his campaign didn't do well, but it like those Instagram people definitely did not come over and support him.
Nope.
In any substantial percentage, you know.
I just remember anytime some of the statistics I learned, anytime I did fan art, I would get more clicks and likes.
Yeah.
But anytime I did personal work, I would lose subscribers, followers. I would lose 100 people in a day for posting something other than fan art.
Well, here was the shadow from last week.
Dude.
Like, crappy shadow. I hate it. I'm like, damn it. It didn't come out anyway how I wanted it.
That's pretty cool.
That looks good to me.
Did you sell it on eBay yet?
No.
Why not?
I should try it with the blue line. Yeah, the blue line too.
Yep.
2 for 1. I'm waiting for everybody to get their Magnificent Bastards, and I could sell that piece that I did of the inside cover. Page 1.
Check out the Astro Boy I drew, an old commission. I put the link in the.
Oh hell yeah, dude!
You made me think of what you're doing.
Let's see. Here it is.
This is hand drawn.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
Fuck.
Man.
Right.
What am I even doing with my life? Shit, man. What am I even doing here?
I really like your logo.
Yeah, I like.
Sick, dude.
I like incorporating text and art.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome. Let me share that so everybody can see that. You don't mind, do you?
No.
Chad Townsend, everybody.
Yeah, What is website?
Whose website? Buy stuff. Follow him on Instagram.
Well, and I like the one that's the sticker behind your screen, but I really like the one with the actual like squid face on it.
Yeah, that's my newer logo.
Yeah.
Which is the one I'm going to be using. I remember when I first did this one, I was like, well, Kid Squid's got the S on it. And that's how I came up with Squid Comics. But I wanted something a bit more graphic. That's why I did the...
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that's fat.
Thank you.
Yeah, perfect amount of tech on them too, which is awesome.
Thanks.
Now, did you do the distress on the text with actual white pen?
No. I did it with a brush. I did it with a brush.
And left that negative space there like that? That's tedious.
Yeah, I did it by hand. I didn't even there's no whiteout on that.
That's awesome.
Thanks.
I use whiteout.
No, I'm not against it. I think whiteout's great. It's just at the time I was
no whiteout, 18K followers. Yeah, we know you're better than us. Yeah.
No. Dude, I need you more.
He's not better. He's just different, and we need to realize our place.
Yeah, our place is beneath him.
Oh, we're making him feel bad now.
No, I seriously, I need you guys more.
We need you.
No,
I don't know about that, but it's mutual. Don't say that. We're all stronger together. We all live together.
Do we?
Yeah, man.
Oh, well, we worked together last night.
Grab a shop jack. We all lift together. Isn't that the CG saying? Like everybody grab a jack, fucking lift.
Jack it off.
We grab a jack.
Dang it!
Get your triangle. Get your fulcrum.
I turned the string dirty. I went into Cecil territory.
I don't think you're that bad.
Not that.
Isn't that the saying? Grab a pulley. Isn't that the saying? We all live together. Grab a pulley, everyone.
Grab and tug a friend.
Tug a friend.
Lower. Yeah, squeeze them up a bit.
Yep. Anybody watching?
What's up? I don't know. I shared it out.
Me too. I retwittered it.
Yeah, did the thing.
We did the thing, man. The thing.
Yeah, I did my due diligence. I showed up and hung out backstage for a while.
He was here for moral support.
Ethan's streaming on some blonde's channel.
Yeah, Reenie's streaming too, I think, so.
She's that's where you'd have more overlap, honestly, than probably Ethan. I mean, I know Ethan's got a ton of people, but I think you'd have more overlap with Reenie's regulars. Well, I mean, Reenie's crowd's a little, their tastes are a little more refined.
Are they refined or are they just different?
I mean, we're allowed to say the M word over there,
That's not very refined.
I mean, to me it is, You can say the word anime and not get timed out in chat.
That's just different taste. That's not refined.
I mean, potato, padillo,
I mean, are they over there talking about Rembrandt and his study of light and dark, and as opposed to Da Vinci's aesthetic of the voluptuous
you
woman.
know,
Like what?
people that well, I'm just saying, people that are into manga means that like they're not just like pigeonholed into maybe one Western style. You know, they're actually looking at other countries that are like, you know, because to me it's all comics, man. Whether you're from France or you're from fucking Japan or you're from America, you know, it's like, yeah, we all have a different word for maybe what it is, but it's sequential pictures with fucking word bubbles, dude.
I'm a casual manga reader. Like
Yeah,
I
well,
don't read.
I mean, I read manga in the same way that like I usually enjoy like a lot of foreign films. Like I can acknowledge a lot of, you know, there's a lot of cool Luc Besson stuff that I dig, you know, and like other stuff I've seen, but I don't ingest a ton of foreign films. You know, it's like it's got to be a very particular jam, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm the same way with my manga. Like, I mean, it's like when I finally find like a cool cyberpunk detective noir something manga, I'm like, oh, there, that's probably, you know, it's like, because like more recently, you know, it's like, because that's, you know, I told you, like Appleseed's my favorite comic of all time. So it's like trying to find that style, because it's not really in vogue anymore, you know?
Yeah.
It's hard to like find the stuff that I'm kind of into, even within manga and anime, because like I'm older and like the shit that I like isn't really popular, you know? So yeah, like when I found stuff like No Guns Life and stuff, I was just like, oh shit, this is like something like right out of the 90s. Like this guy's got a gun for a face and he's a detective and shit. Like,
Yeah.
all right.
I watched that one. That one looked pretty dope.
It's good. It's good, and it's not like mind-blowingly good, but it's solid, you know, and it's like delivers on everything that like kind of you would want from a kind of a 90s style cyberpunk anime. Oh, look there!
Let's go off the baby.
There's the megalodon.
He was having
Hey, buddy.
Brian, and then he saw me, and now he's all smiling and he's all happy.
There you go.
Oh,
you're on the TV.
He's like, no, I don't like that.
No, man.
I didn't consent to this.
Oh,
right?
Reaching back to you.
What you doing? What you doing?
You gotta have a good time. All the toys Pops has. Yeah.
It's like a kitten seeing its own reflection for the first time. They're like, I don't know how to do about that.
Oh, no taking daddy's figures. That's not good.
Oh, you can play with it.
Yeah, take the figures.
Oh my god. That's did you hear that parental love? He's like, oh, he can play with my figures.
Yeah.
Oh, you've got all the links.
To show you how to drop it.
Get it, baby.
Drop the links.
Sure.
Drop them.
Oh, CB. Okay. We're gonna go try laying down in daddy's room.
Okay.
We're gonna go into the lair.
Okay. It should be nice in there. Well, there's stuff in there, but the bed's clear.
Yeah, that's good. Oh. You're not stinky. You're not stinky.
You could, do you want me to turn on the projector and turn Miss Rachel on?
Maybe.
Yes, turn Miss Rachel on. Yeah. Do it live.
Or text me.
Dude, she's so hot.
Keep an eye on the
She's so
phone.
hot there.
That's
Yeah,
why.
you love-
Yeah, I watch it for a different reason.
You love
You
We
dirty
love Miss
little,
Rachel too.
dirty little teacher.
Teach me a lesson, Miss Rachel.
Show me, like I'm ready to learn colors and numbers this week.
Yeah, get your ruler out. Let's learn straight lines.
Let's talk about some aminals. This is like better than what was that show that I used to dig as a kid? The Romper Room. She'd have the little magic mirror at the end, and like fucking say she could see all the kids out there. I see Billy and Jason and Chad and Jason.
Wait, what?
Well, Jay's real name is Jason too, right?
I know, but his name is Jay.
Yeah, well, I mean, but he, like, we're saying kid version. He went by Jason back then too.
No, he went by Jay. No, he
Okay.
went by Jay. His name is Jay.
I actually knew a guy whose first name was the letter J.
Oh yeah.
Yep, Lace parents.
Where's he now?
Oh, I'm prison probably.
I was gonna say Jay ill.
It's like naming your kid like Jesse James and shit. I'm like, apparently you want your kid to just like be a criminal. Like, all right.
One of my family members, they're pregnant, and they're like, "What's the they threw out goofiest names, and one's like Atlas. Like,
Atlas.
what do I call him? Atlas is like, man, fucking, what's your map quest? Rand McNally? Like, what the fuck? Yeah. That kid better know where he's going at all times. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, well, I mean, and you got to be wary of like, I mean, you can't give your kid too notorious of a name that'll make them have a chip on their shoulder, you know, because there is a psychology behind like what name that you have, and they say how it affects you, you know, and then you can't give them something that's too like unique or weird that other kids will like constantly tease them about, you know.
Damien.
Damien's fine. Let's see if I go with Damien.
Lucifer.
It works for the Waynes. I know Adolf. Adolf's a done name. You can't do that one anymore.
Constable.
I mean, look, even poor Dolph Lundgren had to like hide his shit. Like fucking
Dolph.
He's like, I don't know if I'm gonna have a career if I come out as Adolf Lundgren. I'm just Dolph Lundgren.
I'm gonna name my kid Caligula.
Caligula.
There you go.
Who was that dude that was the masked R-worder? The Mongolian guy? Oh, Genghis. Yeah.
Genghis. I don't know how many Genghises around.
I wonder how popular that name actually is in China.
China.
It's not the same thing. China.
China.
It's either Trump China or China from Street Fighter. It's the two ways you could say
China. Yeah. Hong Kong.
SSR.
SSR. What's that?
That's anybody
Dude,
dying?
they don't make sound effects like they used to, man. Sound effects in games are whack as hell now.
I mean, yes. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I totally agree with that.
I mean, in terms of like iconic, like you're like, oh, that's Street Fighter.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
well, I think it's. Well, I think because of as the tech got better, it was harder to make iconic sounds because everybody wasn't using like a 4-bit MIDI processor, or whatever. Because like sometimes like I've even heard on cash registers, I'm like, dude, that sounds like the Sonic fucking coin.
Yeah.
Like I swear to God, like they licensed out the Sonic. Because I know that sounds so well that it's just like, no, that's the fucking Sonic the Hedgehog coin sound.
Yeah.
It's like on that cash register, like 100%. Like you're not going to convince me otherwise.
Cha-ching. Remember that commercial? Cha-ching. Seth Green.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was
Cha-ching,
Seth Green.
Green?
Yeah, it was Seth Green. Cha-ching.
I mean, just like even like the Yoshi sound, rent there. Like
Oh, get myself into that white. I want to
well,
get
it's
white
nice,
all
like,
over me.
I mean, if you're into electronica music too, when they use those old 8-bit or 16-bit MIDI sounds, you're just like, oh yeah, I hear that fucking one-up mushroom in the background that you're using as a sample.
They do a lot of that stuff in like the future funk stuff now, which is cool.
Let's see the name of the song.
I'll throw a Yoshi and a Kirby in there and shit. They're like, yeah, boy.
Find the song.
Like, this Kirby slaps, dog.
I've never been one of those people too, that gamers that game with other music playing. I've never been like, I'm just like, wait, what? Because I'll be like, oh, isn't this song dope? Like for this level, and people are like, oh, I have the music turned off. I'm listening to Spotify. I mean, I get it. Listening to your own music, but I'm just like, oh, dude, that's like,
It's blasphemy, bro.
I know, like I want to hear the music of the art that's being presented. You know, like I need to hear all those sound effects and shit. Like I think about playing games like Donkey Kong, like the newer ones. You know, like Tropical Freeze or like Diddy Kong, like without the music and sound effects. I'm like, dude, it's like lesser of an experience.
Just have no personality, why don't you?
Yeah.
You know?
Where's my Circus of Dead Squirrels?
It's got to be some band that Jason listens to.
It is a band. they have a song, and it's like all video games and 80s like video game stuff. It's fantastic. I gotta see the name of it. But it was on my phone. Now it's gone. I gotta put it back on my phone.
There's this punk band that I listen to named Anamanaguchi. That they're a live band. Like it's two guitarists, a drummer, and a bass player, but they run all their instruments through fucking 16-bit MIDI processors. So this guy's fucking like shredding on the fucking guitar, but it sounds like something like out of fucking Final Fantasy, like coming out of it. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
You're muted, Chad.
Yeah, you're muted, Chad.
I'm sorry. I said that's weird. I haven't. I need to hear that.
Yeah, they did a couple songs on the soundtrack for
Scott Pilgrim.
Scott Pilgrim. That's kind of where they like hit their big thing. And then when I saw them playing live, I was like, wait, what? These guys aren't electronic musicians? They're live musicians? That's fucking weird. And like, yeah, it's absolutely bizarre. You hear it and you're like, no, this just sounds like digital fucking chiptune music. But it's like, nope, it's for sure four dudes. Like it's weird because like, you know, even the drummers like got an electronic drum kit, so it's like making MIDI sounds and shit.
Yeah, I think it's called 8-bit piece of shit is the name of the song. So, go listen to that by Circus of Dead Squirrels.
Or anything by Anamanaguchi.
Anamanaguchi?
Yep.
There you go.
Oops. God damn it.
Just go listen to Circus of Dead Squirrels. They're fun. They're a good band.
I'm looking at a lot. I'm sorry. I'm just scrolling back and looking at a lot of old sketches I did. I'm going, wow, why did I quit drawing like this? What the hell? This stuff is kind of fun.
There's a post to me who says, "Why did I keep drawing?"
I keep a lot of my old sketches just because I'm like, man, when I was younger, like, I don't know if it was the drugs or just being younger, like, I had a lot of cool ideas, but couldn't execute on them properly, you know? So I keep those sketches around just to kind of, like, go back and look through them. It's just like, oh, yeah, man, this was a really cool idea I had. And I could execute on it way better now, you know?
Yep. That's what sketchbooks are great for.
Hey, Dan, can I ask you a question about the page I'm working on right now?
Sure.
See these guys above his shoulder? Are they actually behind him, or are they like on a melted piece of lava being lifted up by his shoulder?
They're on his shoulder on a piece of floor that is
on a piece of floor that
like
kind of like
on his
erupted.
shoulder.
Yeah, that erupted underneath him. They're not behind him. They are actually on.
They're
him.
on his shoulder. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, cool.
Show the whole page.
No.
Yeah.
Do it.
Show the whole thing.
Do it, you coward.
Yeah.
Well, you drew it exactly like you said, but I was second guessing myself because I'm like, I see lava like up on this piece of rock, but I don't know if I'm
tease.
Yeah. Stop teasing.
Yeah.
You're teasing Chad. He doesn't like.
Dude, I don't know how people color with a lasso.
What do you mean?
Like cut and grad?
Yeah, I don't do it that way.
I've done it that way a few times. Once you get used to it, it gets to be pretty.
Well, I don't use cut and grad. I do this to block out all my
right
core shapes and then shadow shape and then light shape, and then I go back in with a brush, just flat brush, like brushes afterwards.
I haven't tried it yet, but somebody a while back I was asking about any flatting apps, and there are a couple out there that'll just do all the flats for you.
There's one pretty good one, like the one that I found. It's called Pelt Made, but it's got to be like almost animation style line work for it to work right.
Oh, I see.
You know what I mean? Like stuff
Super
that's,
clean.
Like, yeah, it's got to be super clean. No unbroken lines, no draw through lines, nothing like that. Like for it to work properly. If you have cross hatching, it will want to like fill each box that the cross hatch makes, inside there with a new color, which makes things like super awkward. You know what I mean? Just like when you start getting a cross hatch, it's basically like a weaved pattern. So imagine like every square within that cross hatch having a different fill color on it, and you have to like go in there and actually fix that shit. So it's they're not perfect. I tried out a couple and then I just went back to doing it by hand again.
Because you're used to it.
Yeah, that's true this way.
That's in that room, guy.
Everyone, like, share, and subscribe.
All ages.
All ages.
Taiwan's a real country.
I don't know about that one.
Yeah, that's gonna be a cool page.
At least for now. Oh yeah.
There you go. I can see more of it.
I can see clearly now that Billy zoomed out. I can see all the colors on the page. Be right back.
Oh,
no, but I can't do that. Like, cut an actual grad style where people use like lasso repeatedly and then like airbrush inside that lasso and then make a new layer and lasso again and then airbrush inside that. I can't. My brain doesn't work that way. Like, not at all. Like that kind of top cow look,
Right.
Where like every color is on its own layer and like has been lassoed and cut and graded. Yeah, I my brain doesn't work that way.
Wow, how many encyclopedias is that, Dan?
What?
The thigh gap. how many encyclopedias fit in there?
Quite a few, I guess.
Nice. You're doing 10?
I guess, yeah.
Well, I mean, she's got 10 on her shoulders. It looks like 10 from Perfect 10.
That's what I'm doing.
Thanks, Captain Obvious. God, Billy. Such a nerd.
Yeah, when I tried to use the auto flatter on any of Dan's stuff, it like broke the app. It was like, yeah, now.
It was like flat with boobs. Cannot compute.
Well, because there's like gray toning and line and like all these, so imagine just every little bit of negative space, like the auto flatter is going to want to think that that's a new object and sort of take that area and then fill it with like a new color, and it usually like you can set it to like whatever colors you want, but it's like easiest to like set it to like high contrast mode because then you can go back in with fill bucket and fill what needs to be filled, but yeah, stuff that's like What's this Frog G that you're working on tonight, Jason?
I think he stepped away.
How's the campaign, the Goblin Girl campaign going, Dan?
No idea.
Or no idea. Not
Yeah.
watch, see if people are signing up.
I haven't really been looking at it. I'm like afraid. It's always like a weird thing. I'm worried people are pissed off at me. And
did you get Korean fried chicken wings tonight?
No.
That's a big thing now.
What, Koreans running fried chicken places?
Yeah, it's like a style of Korean buffalo wings.
It's cultural appropriation, man.
Yep. It's becoming popular.
There's a lot of Korean
barbecue.
Yeah, well, barbecue, but there's a lot of Korean wings places around here. They're like hot wings or wings or whatever that are run by Koreans. For sure.
Right.
Roof Koreans.
Oh, EVS did a stream about the Heavy Metal magazine incident, where he actually did a 17-minute video.
The new one, or
yeah, because that's where I heard about it from. As I saw
oh, wow.
a thumbnail from an Ethan video.
Yeah, I saw the thumbnail too. I was like, oh, I gotta watch that. And then I don't.
Yep. I need to watch that, and then don't.
Nope. Nope. Whap, whap.
I've been watching this documentary series that's pretty new called The Center Seat, or The Middle Seat. And it goes over Star Trek from beginning to current, like the whole history of it.
Oh,
It's really good. It's like each episode is dedicated to a different series or a different part of it. But I had no idea. I mean, I should have known, but I never thought of it. But Lucille Ball is the reason why Star Trek exists.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. She sunk every penny she had into it because she
really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
The Desilu production company is the people that produced it.
Huh.
Yeah. Desilu was a studio that she bought and owned outright. And she sunk every last penny that she had into making sure Star Trek happened.
Wow.
Yep. And it did end up paying off for her when she ended up selling Desilu. But yeah, that was really cool. And you learn about all the problems they had through all the different series, and how much trouble Gene Roddenberry was. Like, he sounded like an awful guy to work for.
I was drawing a female chin. I gotta get it quiet. Like, oh,
Well, that's all right.
This chin will make or break this picture, man. You know, it's just how it goes.
The chin.
If chins could kill. You know that I don't know why I'm saying this. Is just a weird observation. But Metallica, all their new album, everything's in yellow. And it reminds me of the drawing pads that Dan's drawing on.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Like the cover?
Yeah.
I keep seeing Canson drawing pads on all their advertising. Do you guys follow John Schneider at all on
I don't
YouTube?
know who that is.
Yes.
He was Bo Duke,
Okay.
the blonde-haired one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so he makes a lot of his. He's been making independent movies, and he made his own homage to Smokey and the Bandit, and he had a Firebird Dodge Challenger, and he jumped it over the same bridge that they did in Smokey and the Bandit, and he did it physically live. Like,
Didn't he do country music for a while too?
still does.
Okay.
And so he has a small studio in Louisiana. I think it's Louisiana. On some property. I was just curious. I was scrolling through YouTube and looking at stuff. But man, he posted the saddest live stream about a week or so ago. He had lost his wife recently. I was just like, I was gutted watching it.
Died?
Yeah, she died of cancer, and
oh Jesus!
And he would just gushed for like 10 minutes.
Oh,
and it was so heartbreaking.
That's brutal.
Yeah. Have you guys watched Primal?
I've watched, I think, 6 or 8 episodes of the first season.
It's so good. It's very satisfying. The ending is very satisfying to me.
Oh, so you had actually wrote an ending to it?
Yeah, it's 2 seasons. Excuse me, 2 seasons, and it's all one long story, beginning to end.
Oh, right on. Yeah, the Cartoon Network was actually just kind of like celebrating him on their YouTube live channel that kind of just like streams cartoons all the time. Like this
yeah, they're
week,
streaming.
Like, 20 years of Gendy. Like just like all his shit like repeat.
Yeah,
Gendy
Prime
marathon.
is streaming right now at the moment on it. That's why I was thinking of it. But he's got a new series that just started on Cartoon Network, and the first 2 episodes are on HBO Max.
What's it called?
I'm drawing a blank on it. I watched the first 2 episodes, and I'm like, I'm not really sure I like this one so much. Like,
you know which one of his that like kind of fell on its face that I really liked was Symbionic Titan.
Yeah, that's a really good one.
I like that.
Titmouse animated that. Let's see. HBO Max.
Matt Barr did some of the design work on that Primal show.
Oh, no way. Matt did?
Yeah, there's some like bat monsters or something like that in one of the episodes. Matt made those.
Wow, that's so cool, man.
If I'm correct in remembering what he was telling me about it, like he had the drawings and everything. Matt also did a bunch of work on the RoboCop remake, doing the robot drones and stuff that he shoots.
Yeah, I like the new RoboCop fine.
I didn't hate it.
So the new Gennady Tartakovsky series is called Unicorn Warriors Eternal.
Oh, okay, yeah, I've seen ads for that.
And it's like a superhero show that takes place in a steampunk world. Yeah, it was alright. It was like, didn't excite me, but Primal was freaking good. I want the freaking action figures of those if they make them. Somebody chatted somebody.
Yep.
Yeah, it's mine.
It's okay. It's nowhere near as bad as Kami Marks, dude.
His Discord just blows up.
Dude, it's like if you're on a stream with him and he's got his Discord open, it's like every 2 or 3 seconds, and he's like desensitized to the sound now. I'm just like, dude, just turn the notifications off, bro.
That's something I
turn them off.
I talked to Donald DeLay about EVS will be streaming by himself, and I hear Discord stuff popping up, and he says he's never been on Discord or heard of it. Which I'm sitting there going, it can't be. Like, I hear watching them Discords now and then, like,
popping off.
Yep. I haven't heard it in a long time, but oh, Rainey's in that group.
I think I'm done with mine. Get a quick one.
How many encyclopedias is that? I've never heard that before.
Yeah.
I just wrecked it. Oh well.
With the eraser?
Yeah, eraser like scrunched the paper. And grabbed the paper too hard. Oh well. Such is this sketch live.
Rip it and rip it.
Rip it and rip it.
Such is this sketch live.
I ain't paying $100 for Discord Nitro.
No. What? No.
Just so I could send emojis.
Oh, send emojis? Oh my god.
No, the big thing that Nitro offers is like, because since I use Discord for work, remember I was telling you the other day, is being able to upload pictures to share that are larger than 10 megabytes, because it cuts you off at that. And if you're actually using it for work, or like, you know, especially like art, and you're having to pass back and forth like feedback, or like someone's like, hey, how does this look? Like, you know, you got to be able to share a fucking file bigger than 10 megabytes. 10 megabytes is in bulk, you know? And so I do Nitro, but not for the emoticons, just purely so that I can upload pictures to my Discord server that are larger than 10 megabytes. Like, I think it limits it like up to 2 gigs. Like, it like really jumps up. Okay. God damn it.
Discord.
Discord.
Don't pull on it.
Yank it, rub it, tweak it, love it.
Smack it, rub it down.
Do it again.
Oh no.
I don't know what to do now.
What are you drawing there, Plague?
Huh?
What are you drawing?
I know what I'm drawing now. I did a perfect 10 sketch for the fun of it, and now I have no idea what I should be doing.
Draw a bunch of dongs behind her.
After Tim Vigil.
Bunch of dildos.
Just a bunch of plastic wieners.
Big black penises.
Penis is
Penises. You know, man. Penises.
That's right, man.
Red big knob gobblers.
Hobgoblins. That's your next book.
My next book is Sweaty Chest Seamer.
That's kind of weird. Yeah, my Photoshop is chugging a little.
It's getting chunky on you.
Chug a lug.
Chunky. I like the chunk. I like them big. I like them chunky.
I like a monkey.
Brass monkey, honky.
Dude, I got a brass monkey story.
Yes.
I went to see Motley Crue, Girls, 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 and the opening band was Warrant. Didn't Warrant do She's My Cherry Pie? Isn't that
Yeah, I
Warrant?
believe that was Warrant.
Warren.
And Janie Lane was the lead singer. And these two GIs gave me and my buddies a bottle of Brass Monkey because they couldn't finish all the alcohol that they had with them. And where we were standing, this place called the Frank Irwin Center in Austin, overlooked the bay of the garage where, you know, a lot of the musicians went in and out to their buses and stuff. And up drives this limo, and Janie Lane gets out, and we just spit mouthful of Brass Monkey and poured it all over him. As he was walking in, it just rained.
Oh my God.
Brass Monkey.
It smelled like shit, like fucking.
This is before the concert, even.
Brass Monkey's juice
Oh my God.
and beer, right? Like its actual content,
No,
isn't it?
it's in a bottle. Like it comes pre-bottled, like liquor.
Well, I mean, but can't you like order one like at like a thingy?
No.
You know?
It's not a mixed drink. It's a actual liquor.
Drink Brass Monkey out of can.
Yeah. Oh, because I always drink Brass Monkey out of the can. Yeah, those like I forget what those cans were called.
Aluminum?
No, those they were like little mixed drinks in a fucking can. You get like fucking mudslide or like
Wine coolers?
No, they were like in a little mini like small like hard metal can. It was like actually like
Wine
a tin
coolers.
can, oh my God.
Why don't you wash it down with the
Yeah, see, it says
wine
right here,
cooler?
Brass Monkey's white rum, vodka, and orange juice.
I'll be right back.
I remember it.
But yeah,
being,
but they make it in a bottle form too. That's like
I
the cheap-
remember it being in a big bottle.
You know, like I said, I used to get it in a can, but like, oh God, it started with an S. It wasn't Solo. It was You guys don't remember in liquor stores those little tiny like mixed drinks in a fucking can?
Yeah.
They usually would have a whole cooler to them.
Yeah, wine coolers.
It's not wine coolers. It
they
was
Seagrams
hard.
or
It was
something?
hard liquor. Like
Is it Seagrams or something?
Seagram's wine coolers.
Or Smirnoff?
Wine cooler.
Mad Dog 2020?
Bad
Sorry,
Dog wine
actually,
cooler.
Start guessing all kinds of shit.
I know. I'm so frustrated now.
I'm so frustrated. I can't guess your booze.
Yeah.
it's
What you did to him? What you did to everybody, Billy? All your wine cooler talk has driven them crazy. You have the entire world at your fingertips, Billy. You could probably find out what it is.
I'm trying
He
to
is.
find it.
He's searching.
I'm looking for
Hashtag what are wine coolers?
it. Oh my God. Shut up.
That's a lot of text. I think I'll read that later. That's too much text for me to read. Too much information for me to process right now. We're still waiting, Billy.
I'm looking it up, man.
Taking too long.
Any day now, Billy.
Taking
Any day
forever,
now.
Billy. I mean, you know, the deafening silence is deafening. Chad can only wait so long.
What's
I
that? Your
can't take
silence is. What's that?
Enjoy the silence.
Silence is golden. It's an actual song. Silence is golden.
Silence is golden, golden.
I don't know if that's how it goes, but it's
Yes, it is.
Yes, I just made it up. And I'm telling you. It was.
Well, if you just made it up, then that's not how it goes.
I have no idea.
No, I'm telling you, that's how the song goes. Look it up.
I'm not going to look it up.
Look it up.
Billy, look it up. Have Billy look it up.
Google
He's
it.
already looking stuff up. Billy's already on the case. The case of the wine coolers.
Yeah, the mysterious wine coolers.
It's wine coolers.
The case is a case of wine coolers.
Can you get a case of wine coolers? Like, is that a thing?
Sure you
I
can.
don't
They sell
know.
them by cases?
Yeah,
you
big old
even
box.
get- They should bring Seagram's back. Wine coolers.
Got White Claw to contend with now, I guess.
Yeah, but that's White Claw, though.
I went to go use the restroom and look what I pulled out.
I
I'm
don't want to
scared to
know.
find out what it is.
Oh,
look at
nice.
that.
It was sorry. It wasn't as
Oh.
it was club in a can. It was like the name of the brand was Club. It said Club on it.
Club.
Take it to the club.
Show us the picture.
Okay.
That doesn't check out. I was more interested in Plegel's Game Boy.
Is it complete?
Should be.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's mint in box. Look at you.
I think the only thing that's not in here is the Tetris cartridge because I think I put it with my other games. Yeah, I got the booklet, instructions. Nope. Tetris is in here.
Ooh. With the headphones.
It's in the box.
With the headphones.
I wanted to see. Oh shit,
That's amazing.
Game Boy stream.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, look at
Take
this.
the Game Boy off.
I got lucky. I was like stressed about this last night because I was thinking about it. I was like, I bet the goddamn batteries are still in it, like a dummy.
Oh yeah. See the serial number.
I got lucky, dude, because this one
Ooh.
it started to rot.
That's getting crispy.
Yeah, but luckily, inside ports are all perfectly
Oh, look
clean.
how clean that is.
Yeah.
Oh, look at the yellow one. Yeah.
I guess I got the label on the back.
Nice.
Yeah. Game Boy stream.
I wonder if I can still call this number.
You can call it. It may not be
Like,
good
Mr.
anymore,
Chief.
but you can call it.
I don't remember the sticker being on there.
There's a little.
Still had a drawing inside of mine. I don't know.
What?
Outside of my box.
There it is. See, look at right here.
Is that another Game
club.
Boy?
Yeah, I've never heard of that, Billy.
Really?
Never heard of that either.
Yeah, I mean they make like any kind of like cocktail you could get at a bar, they sell in a can form.
Yeah, it must be a regular like West Coast thing.
Yeah, and I mean, and they're shit, you know, like so, like this gin mart. Imagine, I think I want to have a gin martini, but out of a can. You know?
Yeah, that tin aluminum taste.
Was it
really
actual?
goes well.
Was it actual liquor?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
See,
no,
that's
no,
not
no.
legal here in Texas like
Two or
that.
three of these, you get fucked up.
Yeah, that wouldn't have sold in Texas ever.
Never heard of it either.
Club.
Sounds lame.
Yeah, we would steal brass monkeys like from the local liquor store and get all fucked up on them because.
Dan, are you putting batteries in yours too?
You want to go find batteries,
Oh, that's what I'm doing right now.
just so he could hear the pling.
Let's see.
Yeah, I had a couple Final Fantasy games on the original Game Boy. That's pretty fun.
Yeah, there was I think two of them are actually like Secret of Mana games.
and they're more like action games than like RPGs. Let's see what we'll do. Oh, let me see if my other one's charged too. We'll do a comparison between the Game Boy Color and then a Game Boy Advance with the
All right, guys.
brighter screen. Oh, this one's dead. Ooh.
I threw a fresh pack of AC Delcos in here.
I told you I was looking for batteries. I put batteries in too. Oh, my advances are dead, so we can't do a screen comparison. You can see how bright
AC.
they are now.
I haven't seen AC Delco in forever.
Yeah, they're 99-cent store brand. Yeah, unfortunately, because this is the first generation, it's not backlit, so you can't play it in the dark.
Not till the Advance SP or the Lite, which came out in.
And it takes a minute for the graphics to get dark too.
Yeah, the heat up.
Yeah. I had the light actually.
The Game Boy Light and the magnifying glass.
I did. I have the magnifying glass.
Magnifying glass like hooked in with the light.
I had the light board.
I had it.
You can't see it.
Yeah.
The screen can see it. I can't see it.
I still have mine, and I have the battery backup. I'm sure it's full of acid.
Mine was trashed. Like the screen started going.
Yeah, the screen fell off of mine, like the plastic.
I can imagine.
Mine just
this one's probably worthless, right? Because it's not backlit.
No, it's probably worth quite a bit.
They're highly sought after for
original.
the chiptunes in the chiptunes community.
What's chiptunes?
It's musicians
they
that
use them to
make
make
lo-fi music because it's got a particular fucking MIDI chip in those old thingies. Like there's people
Trying to look
in
at
the
it.
old,
I remember
Nintendo and Genesis to use the chips out of them.
I remember having this, and I went to a Christmas party at a relative's house, and I just played Tetris the whole damn time.
Yeah, I used to do that too.
What are you playing, Jay?
R11. Star 11.
The other one that I had was Gargoyle, I think it was, or something like that.
Oh, dude, Gargoyles is so sick.
Oh, that's
not Gargoyles. It was called Gargoyle.
The Gargoyle from Ghosts and Goblins.
Yeah. Right, Gargoyle Quest or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I wish I still had it. I don't think I have it.
Still got it. Oh yeah, that one's worth a lot. Not a lot, but it's about $75. Oh,
it's
we
like
get
one of the
hit.
original first ones.
Looks like you're playing like 1942 or something.
Yeah, it's exactly what it is. It's called SR71, I think. Something like that. SR11 or some shit. Oh, I'm smoking.
I remember that.
This is gonna be my streams from now on. I'm just gonna play fucking Game Boy. Yep. But hang out, play some Game Boys. Everybody brings their Game Boys.
Welcome to
a better
stream,
camera.
friends.
I could get a Game Boy simulator on my
Might get some
phone.
big bucks right now.
I know I don't have a downward facing camera.
Yeah, in the package Plegel, that's probably I want to guess around 200. I want to say.
Oh, really? That's pretty good. Well, that's almost about as much as it cost when it came out.
Yeah.
A normal used one will probably cost you about $60 to $80. Just.
Oh, really? Wow.
I remember the local pharmacies they would have like Game Boys at the counter for sale, like the colors and stuff.
So that's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
I don't know what this thing. There's like another cord that comes with it in here. Do you know what this cord
Probably
is?
Yeah, it's to connect to the other Game Boy and play.
Oh, that's right. You can do head to head. I forgot about
You
that.
do head
Link cable.
with the link cable. You do head to head in Tetris, certain games, and then also
Yeah,
that's how
it's
you
the-
trade it. Pokemon.
It's the vintage headset, even, man.
Dude,
I had
the ones that didn't fit in your ears, like no matter what happened. Like,
That hurt your ears after a while, like physically. And I can never remember which
still
was
got
left
the
or right,
styrofoams
except
in
red
pretty
was
good
bright.
shape.
Yeah, they have some awesome mod kits for these now, to where you can put backlit screens in them.
Yeah, I'd be afraid. I love there's little
sacrilege.
ads on the side of the box for all the Game Boy add-on stuff, like the fanny pack and the AC adapter. Should have gotten the AC adapter.
I'm still alive. Shit, I'm rocking this game.
And they got, was it baseball?
Yeah, the 3 games: baseball,
Game
tennis,
Link,
Mario
baseball,
World.
tennis, and Super Mario Land. I don't think I've ever had Super Mario Land.
Me neither. I didn't grow up with a Game Boy until I had just got one like a few years ago.
This was my big Christmas gift one year.
The first Game Boy I bought was the Advance.
Yeah, the Advances are cool.
It's like I got a job.
I had the
Game Boy.
Box is not a complete 100% mix.
Yeah, I had the Game Boy in high school, and then didn't buy another one until the Advance came out because they came out with Metroid Fusion, and I was just like, I gotta get that shit. And did not disappoint.
Yeah, I've seen the Gen 1 Game Boy going for anywhere from $60 to $400, so it all depends.
Yeah, it depends. But yeah, normally I usually sell them for about 60 to 80.
Yeah, Jay's got a game store. He's a professional.
That's how I pay the bills.
I'm a pro.
Trust me, I'm a professional.
I'm a professional.
Alexei Pismov, wherever he's got his freaking name on here. Still.
Yeah, I love that. There was a guy who came in, Matthew something, and he always had his name. Like, he wrote his name on all the games, and even like on the PS1 discs. And so one guy, I have a regular that would come in and be like, "Oh, let me check out that game." It'll be like expensive game. He opens it up, it's like fucking Matthew putting his name on shit again.
I could tell you how to get rid of it.
1989.
A little bit of alcohol or Windex usually will do it.
No, just take a dry erase marker and rub over it, and then a cloth or something, and then wipe it off. And just
why am I okay? Is it because I was showing the Game Boy?
Yeah, we're showing the Game Boys off.
Oh.
Well, what's wrong with you being big?
It's weird. I thought that was my art table because it almost looks like that right now.
Yeah. No,
I looked over and I was like, there isn't a blank sheet next to it. It's actually got drawings on it. I was like, not a lot of drawings, but it's got all my kaiju book character reference. It's not a reference for my character.
Yeah, I'd say go to retroprotection.com, Dan, and get yourself a protector for it, like this little plastic protector to put the box in.
Oh, plastic case?
Yeah.
Retro Protect?
Yeah, Retro Protection. I mean, it's not thick. I mean, you can get like thicker ones that are like cases. This is just a little cheapy one, but it helps it out. Yeah, this is the back.
Sneak peek of a character from my kaiju book?
Yes.
This is crazy scientist, dude.
Scientist, man.
Oh, whoa, crazy.
He's like kaiju.
And here's the one large titty character in the kaiju book.
Titty sword.
Nice.
The Mad Russian.
The Mad Russian.
Well, tell her to slow down.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yep.
All right.
So I got this character. I want to run a character name by you in my new Black Phantom comic I'm working on.
Ooh.
He's Jewish, and he's got a Jewish star on his helmet.
Auschwitz is a great name.
And 2 feathers. And he's Jewish and American Indian, and I'm thinking of calling him Geronimo.
That's hilarious.
This is bad.
Geronimo.
You said Auschwitz was a good name.
Yeah, it's a perfectly good Jewish name.
Yeah, that's pretty brutal. That'd be like a fire
pretty
dude.
brutal.
It'd be like a fire dude. Like he's got fire powers, and his name is
No,
Auschwitz.
it's called Never Forget, friend. Never forget.
Turn a negative into a positive.
That's right.
I don't know how positive that
Own
is.
that stuff, like, the N-word and porch critter.
Wait, what? No.
I thought we were taking that one back.
Yeah, that's right.
That's Jay. Jay takes that one back.
So I asked Jason yesterday, anybody here Night Stalker TV show fans?
I haven't watched it in forever.
He's trying to send me this Night Stalker TV show, and I'm not going to watch it.
Completely remastered in high def with audio commentaries on every episode.
I actually worked on a Night Stalker comic book years ago.
Nice.
I penciled it.
I want a Night Stalker figure. Nobody's made one yet. 6-inch one.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, Jason's gone digital now.
Yeah, well, yeah, my drawings suck.
Yeah, Jason's
Sell out.
what happened.
Yeah, I could do both. Thank you very much.
Ambidextrous.
That's right.
He goes both
That's
ways.
called
I go both
ambidextrous?
ways.
Mm-hmm.
Like a real CG'er, I go both ways.
Okay.
Nice.
So JBot, do you sell classic cartridges and stuff at your store?
Yeah. So what I do, I'm like a like what video game stores
pro.
used to, pretty much.
Yeah, he's a pro.
So like they bring, I buy and sell old games, new games, stuff like that. So I got stuff from Atari 2600 up until like PS4, Xbox One.
What about Game Boy games like color and?
Yeah, I sell
Yeah,
those too.
that's between those decades.
Everything,
Nice.
pretty much, all that stuff. No, I
Might have
don't
to
mess
see
around
what
with
games
these.
you have.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, Game Boy's been kind of lacking lately, man, because everybody's been. See, what happened with COVID is that
They got
like,
Switch.
well, with COVID, they came up with these badass kits now that you can upgrade screens for those. So everybody was buying these kits for broke Game Boys and putting LCD screens, backlit screens that are like super sharp and stuff.
Wow.
And then buying Game Boy games because everybody was stuck at home. So people were like learning how to solder and fucking repairing Game Boys. So now Game Boy games are hard to come by because everybody's been fixing Game Boys and they want games.
Wow.
So, but I still got some gems though.
I don't have a Game Boy. I just buy the games. That way people can't have them.
Jason's like, I like to just look at them on my wall.
Yeah, I don't want others to have them, so I just buy them all.
And then he's like, I want to play with them. I just go wee, and I just pour them on my bed and roll around.
I usually just dump water on them. And
Did anybody have that heinous Goonies game on Nintendo years ago?
Yep, I still have it. And the
I think I
box
still have
and
mine.
the directions.
That
Oh, yeah?
game is fucking a nightmare.
It's terrible.
Yeah. It
Fucking
was a great looking game. It was fun to play, but it was super hard because you could never save your fucking
dude,
Yeah.
dude, the yo-yo was a bullshit fucking weapon.
Dude,
Fuck
you run
that
around
thing.
knocking on walls the whole time.
Yeah. I enjoyed it though. I thought the
It
graphics
was
were cool.
worse than Solomon.
But it was great except that you could not save your progress, which was just like, what?
Yeah,
It was the ET of its generation.
Yeah.
Sure.
that's kind of the good thing about like modding and ROMs and stuff is that people grab that and they added like I can't remember if they actually put it on a cartridge because now you can put anything on a cartridge now. But they have like where they have like save, not necessarily save states. It may be if you emulated, but like they'll make the ROM better. Like when you walk into a room, the hammer already comes out. So you're like, okay, I know I have to use the hammer or what you need to use in that room will automatically equip when you walk into the room. You just have to figure out where you need to use it at. So like having cycle through shit and stuff like that. They did like different. They make it better, which is nice. And then they'll be like, oh yeah, look at this. We put on a cartridge.
The real ET of that era was the Friday the 13th game.
So much potential, dude.
Yeah,
just
but it
go
was
around
not
and
as
around
big.
the lake.
I don't even remember.
See, I would contest that because it probably didn't sell as many copies as Goonies.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
And ET sold millions, and it was still the worst game ever. Like,
I don't remember the Friday the 13th game.
It was just like a top-down thing of the lake, and you'd be going around the lake, and you'd go into the cabins, and it would become like first person. And you're going in the cabin, and you're trying not to, like Jason, hopefully he's not in there. And you're trying to collect items or something like that around the thing. And then, like, he would, if he showed up, he would just kill you.
Yeah, you had a chance to fight them, but they had like you were like 4 counselors, which
It
were
was
like your
so-
lives. And then, but it was also like the map, like so it was like open world, but the map didn't work too well. And then some of the weapons were just butt. But honestly, like it didn't look bad. It had some neat ideas
for the game at the time, man.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of like post-survival horror. I mean, there was no rule, there was no like rules to this shit.
Yeah,
I was just mad because there's no nudity in it.
Yeah, where's all the bonus?
I know. Where's the? I mean, at the very least, where's my Jamie Lee Curtis with them sweater puppies bouncing? Oh
Hello.
no, that's the wrong movie. That's Halloween.
That's Halloween.
What's going on, smiley guy?
Still, put some Jamie Lee Curtis in there.
She should be in the game.
Drop your VP.
With them doubles.
Yeah.
Put her in it. Make it happen.
I'm looking around at all the stuff. So much stuff. Yep. This is half your stuff. When I'm dead, it'll be all yours. So maybe.
Oh jeez. Oh jeez.
Babe.
Brutal.
Oh, let's not turn that up.
Yeah, turn Dada's mic all the way up so Jason loses his ears as well as his eyes.
Yeah. Oh, he's listening to Bloody Squirrel. That won't bother him.
Circus of Dead Squirrels. Sir.
Okay.
Circus of Dead Squirrels.
No, you don't need that as a microphone. There. Sit right here. Yeah. What are you gonna draw?
Plegel's hands just got really tiny.
That's right.
I look over and I see these tiny little hands, and there was hilarious.
Oh no!
It's my strong hand.
If it wasn't ruined, it's ruined now.
If it wasn't ruined, it's ruined now.
It's crushed. It's got baby Ronin smashed fingers all over it. What are you doing?
I have a set of those baby hands downstairs.
I got.
Oh,
Jason's got a few strong hands.
A strong hand.
Want to play with the space alien? I got a space alien. Whoa! Not all those drawings.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I gotta.
Dad is never getting paid for that work.
Oh yeah, look at that hand.
Well,
that's Harrison Ford's.
Guess I gotta redraw that stuff.
Jeez.
It sure is rubbery, that hand.
He's gonna
Jason.
be so upset when he sees what you do.
Yeah, they're pretty rubbery.
Is it an eraser?
No, it was during Halloween. They had this vial and it had body parts in it, like the hands and the feet. And
oh, I thought
noses.
It was one of those play toys, you know.
Right. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, it was at Michael's, and somebody had stolen a few of the items that were in it, so I just took the rest of the vial home. I just kept
I don't know what the deal is. I'll go to Target, and people steal the heads off of certain action figures and boxes all the time. Like they'll just rip the head. If it's a package that's not like it doesn't have a clear window, but it's opened and the characters like tied in, people will steal the heads off of them.
There's a sub-market on eBay for those heads that people need to like.
Play it for us.
There you go.
Is that a hot dog?
He's too busy learning how to work the mic.
There's your tambourine.
There you go.
Oh,
tambourine.
Oh, shit, a donut.
Tambourine man.
Play a song for me.
Yeah. Play it for Billy.
Oh God.
I miss the tambourine.
Uncle Billy, where is my pages?
I'm so sorry.
Exact.
Gotta teach him early.
That's
Teach him
right.
early. Where's my pages?
Where's my pages, Billy? Where's my pages?
He is business, baby.
We wrapping it up?
Yeah. We still gotta go by my office.
Oh my
and I
God.
have to
Oh my God.
leave for that event
Oh,
tomorrow
you're
morning
so
at
big
like
and
7.
Billy, don't lose a number.
It's
Yeah.
Really,
Time to call the stream.
Well, for me, you guys can hang out. I mean, once we get, I don't know how long if you guys are gonna stay on or not, but I can pop on with my headset when I get to the house. But
Oh, whatever. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I'm still gonna be on drawing and stuff. We're just gonna end the stream and just hang out or whatever.
oh, you can pop in the back with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could.
Alrighty.
Baby,
Well, I will see the show chat people later, and I will talk to you all later as well.
Yeah, sounds good, man.
See you later.
Love you, buddy.
La pasta.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming, bud.
Hasta la cha-cha.
I think it's time to end it. Thanks to all you guys for coming in. I got to change my lights now so you can see me. Or not. I want to appreciate. Thanks for all you guys coming by. I appreciate all you guys. Even Jason, who I left in the back like he was on probation.
That's fine. He wanted to leave the most talented person behind.
There you go. I wasn't too intimidated.
That's true.
Had to work with courage to have him come on.
It's competition for him.
Yeah, it's true.
So again, thanks for everybody coming in. Thanks for everybody watching. Check us all on the socials. That's it. Peace out, everybody. Hey guys, JBot here. Let me tell you about MightyBotStudio.com. Now, MightyBotStudio.com is a hub for all of my content, including my YouTube, my Instagram, and also my Twitter. On top of that, we have a MightyBot Studio store where you can go and order yourself a pint glass. You can get a mug. We have multiple hoodies, t-shirts, and hat designs. So make sure if you guys haven't checked it out already, visit MightyBotStudio.com.